Hello everyone, Ron with Pederson's Classics, coming back at you with another classic. We have a 1973 Cadillac Eldorado. This car shows 14,000 miles on the odometer. We do have enough proof to verify that this car is an actual mile car. About 3 to 4 owners in its history, and it does have plenty of documentation to prove the miles. Not only is that obvious, but when you drive the car and you look at the interior, the bright work, paint has not sustained the test of time very well. I think this car was outside for a while. The paint that's on it is decent and indicative of a base coat, clear coat paint job. The top was faded pretty good, and it since has had a just amateur paint done on the top just to get the color back. The roof, the vinyl top looks good. I think that's been re-dyed. But it's a solid, dry car, new tires, all the chrome, bright work, just what you'd expect for the miles. They're only original once. This car has had some bubbling underneath the vinyl roof in some areas that moisture gets trapped. That has not been repaired. It's been amateurly touched up. Again, trying to keep the car as original as possible. Is this a candidate for a new paint job? Absolutely. Does it change the selling price point? Absolutely. A 14,000 miles, 73 Cadillac Eldorado with all the documentation, that puts you into the mid-30s all day long, if not more. We've got the car priced. It's going to be in the probably 24.9 category. And again, runs and drives just like a 14,000 mile car should. We'll do a quick walk around. As you can see, the lights is an example. Wear and tear on a vehicle over 40, 50 years, in this case 53 years, I guess. The lights are just not as bright, even though the lenses in this case with low miles haven't been maybe left out in the sun as much. But the lighting on a low mileage car is always brighter. It just is a better scenario than a car with 100,000 miles because it's not been used for 100,000 miles. It's the way it is on every one we get. This light wasn't any brighter than that when it was new. The lenses are nice and clear, but the strength of the bulbs, the power getting to the bulbs, all of those things play a factor in age and use combined. In this case, it's age and not use. Those are just some nice things that you see on a low mileage car, and it's the same on every one of them. Paint again, it's not bad. It's not like you can't see it. It's not like it doesn't shine. It's not like it's not there, but it has some, spots that have rubbed thin from probably waxing it. But the bright work, this mirror, it didn't shine any better than that when it was new. The stainless here, beautiful. It does have a 1979 sticker for, I believe it's Indiana inspection. Dash has no cracks. Door handle, bright work is beautiful. So here's some touch up. And along the bottom here, some touch up here. But the top itself physically is in great shape. The paint itself, other than that, is decent for the age. It'd be what you'd expect on a car that's 53 years old. The rockers are excellent. This is a dry car. It's not a car with any rust as a result of salt or Midwest driving or bad winters. I mean, even in California, around the coastline, you're going to have cars rusting out because of the salt in the air. All of the trunk lid is as it should be with these miles. Stickers are almost as crisp as the day they were new. Jack, spare tires there. Nothing's been taken out. Again, your chrome, very, very nice. Some slight pitting going on, but not bad. Original gas cap probably still sitting in there. I'm just going to throw the reverse lights on just to kind of show you again how these things make a difference on a low mileage car. Bear with me for just a moment. They are just crisp and clean and bright. There you go. If that car had 100,000 miles on it, you wouldn't be seeing that strength of light It's just even like the door lights. Best word to describe it is they're crisp. They're just nice and bright. All of the rubber moldings in the bumper are in place. They're not peeled away. Hubcaps, I don't think they have a ding in them. Maybe, but overall, extremely nice, again, considering the age of the car. Some more of that touch-up going on in there. Appears to have most all original glass. I'm seeing all of the indicators in the right spots on the glass. It's a bit of a zag here. That must have been a scratch of some sort. But again, look at the bright work. Very, very, very nice. Mirror. I just don't think it looked any better than that when it was new. That's just how nice it is. So there's the top. It's just had a, amateur repaint to make it look nicer so it isn't all faded. The sun beat on that pretty good, is what my understanding is. Does have a power antenna. That is not going up. The radio does come in great, but it's not going up. These lights are working. I think most everything on the car works. The AC is not blowing cold, but heat works, windows work, power seats, both driver and passenger power seats on this car. I'm gonna set the camera down here and we're gonna lift the hood here. So we have the 501 V8 front wheel drive car naturally. Has a brand new battery on in our watch. We put that in. It's a brand new AC Delco, which is what would be appropriate for the car. GM, that's what they use. All the AC system is there. I know it's had work done on it. This car's got a whole plethora of receipts over the years. One showing $2,300 of things done. So the AC system, if it needs much of anything, I'd be surprised. But this isn't a car that was just left in a garage for 40 years. That's not the case. It was driven regularly. The people that I spoke to that know the history on the car said that it was driven every month for the most part. I show 4 owners based on the receipts, and I believe 3 of them were up until 2025. So insulation under the hood's all right where it should be. Take a peek at the interior here. White does not age well. In this car's case, it looks, I think, beautiful. The wood applique is just gorgeous. It has had a repair done here because it splits. But take a look at that stainless. It's just crisp. This car still smells new inside. I'm getting a brand new GM car smell out of this car. That's just what it is. Driver's seat, again, even with 53 years of age, it looks very nice. Back seats, the old saying, I don't think it's been sat in. I don't think it has. The top, perfect. Headliner. Original floor mats sitting in the floors. Again, look at the bright work here. I'm going to guess that's going to work. I don't know, but we'll try it. All of the applique is good there. There's your red lighter. It's dimming down now, but it works. But again, look at the stainless. All of the bright work on the inside is just exactly what you would expect with the miles. 14,042. Cruise does work. Heating does work. We've talked about the lights working. The dash, that's original dash. And that Earnest Buchanan, that is the original owner of the car. Original mud flap, original floor mats again. There's your brake pedals. There's your throttle. They've not been changed out, folks. That's the original stainless trim on those. I'll take you in and show you all the documentation in just a moment. The glove box is empty. We've got everything in on my desk. There's so much of it. We didn't want to have it displayed over the car. We couldn't see the seats and such if I displayed it on the seats, but Again, power seats, both sides work perfectly. Power windows are working. Doors closed just like they should. Don't even need to slam them. It's kind of exciting to see one like this. These cars are in pretty nice original condition. Passenger seat. There's your lighting again, just bright as can be. Passenger power seat controls. Just what you'd expect for the condition with these miles. One hand close. All right, we'll give it a quick start. Again, we'll let it run along in here since we're inside the building. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to show you the documentation here quick. So here we go. We have some pamphlet type documentation that is also in the folder. This is a gas mileage computer. It's a way to physically check your gas mileage from back in the day. That came with the car. Exterior colors on this particular car. I believe this was Gold Fire Mist. There's some brochures again for 73 for the Cadillac. Original manuals that were with the car. Emissions control, maintenance schedule. Clean air talks about the air conditioning system. New warranty card with Earnest Buchanan's name, sold brand new June 30th of 73, still with it. The key, the original pouch for the key codes, ignition and trunk, sitting in the glove box. Universal steel belted tires, card there for the warranty information. Theft deterrent system card, that's the factory manual there. Another Cadillac booklet. This is what's really crazy. This is this actual car, this actual VIN. Manufacturer's suggested retail of $73.60 before the add-ons this car had. Fire mist color, leather upholstery, 6-way passenger driver's seats. Brought the price to $10,336 in 1973. This is crazy cool to have with the car. It's this car, this VIN, and these options. And if that's not enough, here is the original Cadillac Motor Division's, it's the RPO code. It's just a breakdown of what a lot of these features are, the RPO codes and the dollar amounts. I can't see, this is really hard to see, but I believe that's probably somewhere either 10 or 13,000 with those is what that shows. I'd be inclined to believe it's more like the 10,000, but really hard to see. So anyways, that goes with the car. This is where the documents are stored in the glove box. Another crazy cool thing is a whole binder of documentation for the car. This is just going to show a duplicate of the RPO codes and the added options. Here is State of Indiana. This is Mr. Buchanan's first registration, I believe, on this car. No, this would not be the first registration. Let's see if we can find a date. Well, it's dated on here, but that's one of two of them. There's a second one. That's 2005. This one may be the first one. It's hard to find the date. Not going to bore you with that at the moment. More receipts for the registration, kind of tracking ownership. There's another purchase contract with the vehicle sold to the second owner, I believe. Looks like a Craigslist description when it was sold in 2010 to the third owner, I believe. Just a 73 Cadillac Eldorado description of options and features they came with. Oil change receipt. Here's where we get into some of the receipts for things done. Transmission flush, coolant flushes, things like that. Oil changes. $832 spent on the car back in 2010 for the bumper fillers. Pretty typical that they go bad. Here's a pretty big receipt, if I'm not mistaken. This was like $2,500 to D&M Corvettes, another restoration company that did some work on the car. Tune-up, plug wires, carb clean. I think that receipt totaled $2,697 back in 2010. More receipts, more receipts. Tires, I believe they were done in December of 2025. Customer brought them in and had them installed by an automotive shop. Oil change done there. Here's the tires. So all of that goes with the car. Highly documented vehicle. Again, it's a 73 Eldorado with 14,000 miles on it, and it runs and drives just like you'd expect for those miles. No disappointments there. It was not a car kept in a garage, never seeing the light of day. Unfortunately, at some of the ownership, time of some of the ownership, one of the parties the car had been outside a little more than you'd normally see. But again, beautiful car. No disappointments, just not stellar and new and not without a few flaws here or there. We'll start the car up here real quick. It's not been running today. Give it a pump. Goes right to high idle. Of course, I'm gonna tap it down, and I should have left it on high idle for a few minutes. We're gonna do that. Just do a quick walk around with it running. No smoke. Again, it's a high idle, so bear with us. Let's see if I can tap it down here real quick. Get rid of the... There we go. I think we're good now. Radio works. I don't get the rear defog light to come on. All right, we've tapped it down, so I got a little bit of lower idle. Purrs like a kitten. All right, we'll shut her off. We don't get a lot of ventilation in here with that kind of exhaust running. So overall, very, very nice car. It's a documented car. There's just no question about it. Miles are great, not flawless, but very, very nice car. Horn works, telescopic steering wheel, pretty heavily optioned. I don't recall on the fuel gauge on this one if it works or not. I believe it does. Let's just double check. Yeah, I don't recall. I think it does, but we have many cars, so we try and pay attention to some of those. It's been hard to remember if we haven't driven them for a little bit. So, 1973 Cadillac Eldorado. I'll drop this big, massive hood. Let's take one more look at the car. Really sharp fire mist color, white top, white interior. In the sun, it's just gorgeous. It's really, really a nice color. Great vehicle, folks. It's the real deal, 14,000 mile car. So if you're interested, let us know. Pederson's Classics, 605-213-3100 or pedersonsclassics.com. Appreciate you watching the YouTube video. We'd like you to subscribe if you haven't already, or like and follow us on Facebook. Hope you have a great day.